Ramboski, it's the start of the show. Got Donny on the left and Paul is good to go. We're in the plastic knee deep, this ain't no time for sleep. It's truth or tinfoil, time to analyze the leaf. Forget the ghost for a minute, we're talking field and court. Grab a phone ball, boys, let's file a sports report. In the ball pit, that's where the truth gets loud. Debating stats and shouting over the whole darn crowd. Paul's got the numbers, Donny's got the feel. Randy's spinning theories, showing what is real. From the trade deadline chaos to who will take the cup, we're breaking down the action, fill that bracket up. Donny says the tide end is faster than a comet. Paul brings up the injury risk and says let's be honest. Then Ramboski leans in with a mischievous look. What if the whole damn league is reading from a script and a book? Just a splash of 10 for them back to the game. Now tell me about the point spread, who deserves the fame? In the ball pit, that's where the truth gets loud. Debating stats and shouting over the whole darn crowd. Paul's got the numbers, Donny's got the feel. Randy's spinning theories, showing what is real. From the trade deadline chaos to who will take the cup, we're breaking down the action, fill that bracket up. Keep your eyes on the ball, keep your mind on the field. Tune in next time for the secrets that will be revealed. Ramboski out.
I did not add us back in. I was sitting there watching the other side, trying to make sure everything was going right. I was like, crap. But
I like that new theme, by the way. Bigfoot Fates made that.
yeah, she made the theme, and she took the one I did up with just the stills that we had for the Friday night thing,
Yeah,
and then she just did that animation with the different stills and stuff, which I was like, that's kind
nice.
of cool. I kind of like that. So, and then I
like the
got
way that looked.
I got the original. That's gonna be our go out. So yeah, don't laugh at nothing, Fades. It's okay. Bigfoot Fadez.
That's- She's the only person in the chat.
That's okay.
There's 3 people. I think one of them's you.
One's me.
Yeah.
Are you in the chat?
I am in the chat as Tex.
Oh, you're in the chat as text. How are you in the chat as text? You're in the chat as us.
This is Asian Tex.
No, that's you. You're as me. Oh, and when you do that, it does all. See down at the bottom, you need to tell it to do one or the two. So, but yeah, that tinfoil is not me. That's Asian.
If there's a new outbreak of COVID, I'm going to name it Randy.
Hey, the COVID Randy. I'll go with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how was your night last night with all the fun going on?
It was cool. Did some podcasting, played some
Yeah.
video games, chilled.
Man,
It was a fun time.
Yeah. Hey, Roger, what's going on?
Hey there, Roger. But yeah, last night was a big deal, I guess, in the world of wrestling, Randy.
Yes, it was.
It was the last time we would ever see the great and illustrious John Cena in the ring.
Yeah.
Saturday night's main event. Tell us about the event, because I couldn't see it, but you did watch it.
It was as anybody would expect, they turned it into a giant tribute show mostly, and at least they did a better job with this than they did with the Goldberg stuff. Okay. Now you already know
Cena deserves more respect than Goldberg.
Oh yeah.
Honestly.
Oh yeah. Quite frankly, he's got a better reputation in the business. He's always been just that guy that he has no problem helping others on. And I'll get into this a little bit later in the show when we're talking about his actual match, because the crowd, and I mean, there's a video out there with Gunther going at it with this little fat kid in the front row behind the announce table or whatever. This fat kid is giving him everything. You suck. Nobody likes you. Blah 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 blah. I mean, he's giving him hell, and all Gunther does is at least I'm respectable. And I'm like, I'm dying because he's just taking a swat at the kid because this little fat kid. Number one, his freaking parents should be ashamed of the way that kid was talking to anybody. First of all,
Mm. That's what you
and
do. That's what you're supposed to do at these wrestling shows, man. You're supposed to talk shit to the bad guys.
well, yeah, I understand that, but
Well,
there's
yeah,
a fine line when you're a 10, 12-year-old boy letting out the profanities that kid was laying out. Okay,
it's okay. I
if
was
I'd have got caught
Hey,
doing that,
when you were 10, you were laying out profanities, so was I.
yeah, but not where somebody could hear it because I was too afraid my old man's fist was coming over to get me too.
Oh, yeah. Well,
You,
I mean, he's in the front row, obviously. They spend a lot of money to be there, which means he
yeah.
probably has, like, rich parents and stuff, and it's probably spoiled.
What's
Get a
going
little
on, little
Mikey.
Mikey? Yeah, so it was. Don't get me wrong. I mean, this is Gunther. Yeah, I told you many times. Gunther's my favorite wrestler right now. He really is. He's that old school bad guy that you got to bring your lunch to beat this guy. He's just that resilient and stuff, and he carries himself that way. I can't wait till he takes that title off of CM Punk. So, but anyway, um,
Oh my God, go boys. Okay, boys. Why do you think Hunter made the choice to have Cena lose his final match?
Hunter didn't make that choice. I guarantee you, the majority of that choice was John Cena. Guarantee it was.
So traditionally, when people have their final match, they lose
Yeah, they
because the whole
always
point
give
of
the
the
rub,
final match is, yeah, you want to give the rub. You want to make the guy ending your career look good. That's why
and he
I
did.
knew they were going to pick Gunther. I knew they were
Yeah,
because Gunther's still a rising star, and that's the thing. Last match, you're supposed to lose.
yeah, and they've talked about these other retirements. Now you've got Brock Lesnar supposedly getting ready to retire now, and freaking AJ Styles is done next year, either in the company or retiring, one of the two. Um, I could see them doing a full gimmick with Gunther and retiring these guys. The way he did Goldberg, the way he did Cena. Then he come in and retire. Can you imagine the feather in his cap for coming in and retiring Brock Lesnar too?
I know.
That's just so cool. I mean, but okay. So that all aside, everybody kind of knew. Anybody that has watched the business more than 10 years or so knew that he was going to give the rub. There's no way John Cena goes out and doesn't give the rub to a guy coming up, just like the Undertaker did with even though he didn't have to do it with Brock Lesnar losing the streak. He did it, and he did it because he was told. Vince made the decision and said, "We're going to do it this way." He's like, "Okay, if you think it's going to work, we'll go with it." But he gave the rub to Roman Reigns on that last WrestleMania. Remember that he was in. He
Yeah.
gave the rub to Roman Reigns, which is what he should have done, and it's what they all do.
Obviously, plans changed because the whole scandal came out and Brock
Yeah,
Lesnar was implicated, and then so
yeah,
he had to leave.
exactly.
Um, I was surprised to see him finally come back, but
I kind of was too.
also at the same time not because I felt like he would have been able to weather the storm.
Yeah,
Whereas Vince McMahon his reputation is completely cooked,
yeah,
and he's
100%.
definitely not coming back. But I don't know who would be Brock Lesnar's last opponent.
Oh, it's quite frankly, of anybody out there right now, there's only two choices to me. Well, there's three actually that wouldn't be the ones that need to retire Lesnar. Gunther again to keep the ball rolling with it and just keep capitalizing on Gunther. Which his name was Walter for a long time, guys. He was in WWE UK and in Independence and even into NXT. He was Walter. That was his name. But he became Gunther when they moved into the main roster for whatever reason. And quite frankly, him and Giovanni Vinci and what's his name? The one that's playing El Grande Americano now. Ludwig Kaiser. Ludwig Kaiser was with him. You put those three together, and they were beasts. When they were the Imperium, they were just straight out beasts. So
He thinks
yeah,
it's Cody. He thinks Cody should be the one to retire
no,
him.
nope. I don't think Cody ain't got what it takes to be really beat Brock. I mean, honestly, if it got right down to it, Brock destroys him without thinking twice most days, you know. But as far as Cody goes, Cody is serviceable for what he is right now, and that brings us to that first match yesterday. The opening match was Obafemi versus Cody Rhodes, and I'm gonna tell you what, Obafemi is one of those three that I think should be the one to retire Brock Lesnar.
That guy's a beast. Like,
Not just a beast, he can move like a lightweight.
yeah,
He when there is one situation now they went trade blows and he sells good. He sold great for Cody. He really did. He made Cody look like a
he
much
does
better.
good selling.
Yeah, he
Obafemi,
sells great. Yeah. So,
it's good.
but there was one point where he got the Rhodes had fallen out of the ring. And he was over there by the announce table. Obafemi went out the other side and did a running European uppercut to him and knocked both of them across the table. Cody had smashed his ear. He's bleeding out his mouth. He's bleeding out his ear because of where whatever he hit or whatever. And Femi, you could tell he kind of was caught off guard by it, but he picked him up, and you could tell he was sitting there kind of talking to him at first when he picked him up to take him back in to make sure he was okay before he started throwing him into the ring to get going more. And they got going great. He gets hit by, and you know I've always said this: these damn shows just make finishers go away. You might as well not have a finisher at all because none of them ever finish anybody off anymore.
Yeah, the finisher is dead. It's like everyone's got a finisher, but they got to hit it like 10 times.
Yeah,
for it to land because
and
people keep kicking out of finishers.
Rhodes never hit a crossroads, but he hit a Cody cutter second rope at least twice, and I know the top rope, what they call the avalanche cutter or whatever they want to call it, avalanche Cody cutter. He hit that one right before after he hit it. That's when Drew McIntyre interfered and started beating on Cody, and Obafemi stopped him and told him straight out. I said, "What do you think you're doing? You just cost me the match." And McIntyre, he's good on a mic, even when you got the hot mic with him. You don't know what's going on here. You just get out of my way. And he went to go get Cody again, and Obafemi grabbed him and then gave him a shove. And of course, Drew sells it like a champ, falls on his ass and looks at him with fear in his eyes, and then tries to go over. Cody comes up, hits him with a Cody cutter, and then right after that, Femi grabs him and choke slams him. So they end up standing in the ring together, raising each other's hand and all that other crap. I was kind of hoping for a little bit of a how can I
So
put
it's a double baby face ending.
Yeah, they were baby faces from the get go, both of them.
Because Obafemi came in as the NXT champion.
Yeah, sure did.
So it's a showcase of two baby faces. So of course you need a heel to intervene, and then they both beat up the heel and they both stand tall at the end.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's classic double baby face ending.
But the way that match was shaping up before that happened, that was going to be match of the night by a long shot. By a long shot. Because
Cody can put on good matches, man. Yeah. I'm telling you. People say he's overrated, but
no, he can put on a great match.
He can put on a good match. I've seen him live.
He's just got to have the right people with him doing it. That's all.
Yeah.
And Femi, that's what I'm saying. Femi has surprised me, as big as he is, to put on the matches. I mean, he has great matches. Javon Evans the other night with for the NXT title. That was a freaking beast of a match, and they left it all in the ring. And I don't know how these guys perform the way they do sometimes, because both of those guys were amazing. And that was Javon and that Leon Slater from TNA, the X Division champ. They were on later on against AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. Now that was a freaking show from hell. I'm telling you, those guys. But anyway, so yeah, the Cody and Obafemi, I think it would have been match of the night easily. It's just a crappy ending to get more heat on Drew. That's about all it amounted to.
What was the next match after that?
Next match was probably my personal favorite, really, and that was Sol Ruka against Bayley, because I am a Sol Ruka mark all the way around. Well, who's this now? Wait, Little Mikey. Just in terms of rating hype, draw a bigger crowd, more views. Actually, it was sold out, almost 20,000 in the Capital One Arena last night. I don't know who the jelly that dude was. Okay, which dude are we talking about? Are we talking about Obafemi or what? So, but Soul Ruka, now they were talking about first time I heard any real background on her. I mean, I knew she had a gymnastics background. I knew she was from Hawaii, so forth like that originally. Well, actually, she was born in California, but grew up in Hawaii and then went to Oregon as far as university. But the moves she does are again, they remind me so. She's more high flying, but when you got a certain move, like she's got the Soul Snatcher, which is just a cool looking move. It's like the Widow's Peak when Victoria was using the Widow's Peak. Freaking just one of those moves that you just love to watch and like, oh man, how did she do that? How did she do that? She did a
Mm-hmm.
move last night. Now, don't get me wrong, I like Bailey. Bailey's a great. She makes everybody that she wrestles look good. She's a good and I shouldn't say enhancement talent because she's not really enhancement talent. She just knows knows what to do to make people look good most times. But lately, it seems like she's gotten a little sloppy, and we won't even talk about Jade Cargill or Bianca Belair or Naomi. Those three botch fests that go on half the time.
That's what you call them, walking botch fest.
Botch fest, yeah. Yes, Lil Mikey Victoria was an underrated athlete. That woman was a beast. But
Mm.
anyway, so Sol Ruka is out there and she does her thing, and she's flying all she showed her gymnastics background because she knocked Bailey out to the outside, and then she goes into the ropes. She does a double handspring behind her feet, barely missed that top. If she'd have hit the top rope, it'd have blew the entire spot. But she missed the top rope and then kept back springing over the top rope onto Bailey onto the floor. And quite frankly, she landed on her feet then too. It was so cool to watch. One of the first times I'd ever seen that ever happen. As because, like I said, this far from that rope. Her toes, when she did the back spring before she came up over it, barely missed it. And I was like, "You gotta be kidding me!" She did I don't want to say old school. She did another version of old school. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
She did a single handstand on the top rope, not the turnbuckle. The top rope. She grabbed it, did a cartwheel, doing the handstand. Comes down on the inside, grabbing Bailey at the same time, dropping her with the DDT.
Hmm.
That was one of the coolest visuals I think I've ever seen. But she has to give the chin lock of death is what I always like to call it. Randy Orton and Bailey use it best because they get that chin lock going so they can kind of use some time up. But Bailey was in there. I mean, she hit one spot. It kind of reminded you of Shelton Benjamin and Shawn Michaels at Raw with a super kick out of midair.
Mm-hmm.
She did a handspring and she comes across. She does a handspring and lands right into a Bailey to belly. The one of her belly to belly suplexes, and she caught her and just did it right there. It was a cool spot. Once again, used to put people away. Now it doesn't, and she kicks out. But then finally got her with a rose plant, and it was too close to the ropes when she rolled her up. She put she put her feet on the ropes, so that broke that, and she gets up and I don't even remember. Yeah, she hit a soul snatcher. She hit a soul snatcher right after that. Bailey almost rolls out of the ring. She pulls her back in, and needless to say, she doesn't get the pin because of it. But Bailey tries to roll her up, and then they do a reverse roll back and forth thing, and Soul finally wins off the reverse of the roll up. So,
Do you think Bailey's on her back nine when it comes to her career? 'Cause,
um,
they're all getting up there in age now.
yeah, her, Becky, even Charlotte now. Yeah, I think so, and she's added a little more weight than the others have. Obviously, I don't think she's bad in any way, shape, or form. I'm not saying it like that, but I don't think people want to see her in a title picture no more, honestly. And quite frankly, I don't think she could hang with somebody like Stephanie or EO. Um, she could hang with Jade Cargill, but once again, now we're getting Jade Cargill finally doing something and actually looking like she is doing something she needs to be doing as far as in ring work too. She's got people that are helping her make that happen, i.e., Chelsea Green is one of them. Um, who else was the other
Bailey
one?
looks like the type of girl that has hairy arms and a hairy back.
I don't know about all that, but she's
You,
thick.
Well,
She is
Mikey said
thick.
it. Yeah, we
Yeah,
didn't say it.
she's
Mikey
pretty
said it.
thick, but I call her cornfed. But she's from San Francisco, I think is where she's from actually. But man,
Yeah.
she is a I don't want to say a beast because quite frankly, they're kind of putting her into the maniac character now, split personality almost, and that's usually a death knell for a character when you start doing that kind of crazy stuff. But that's just me. And quite frankly, Lyra Valkyria, she just needs to go away. She doesn't belong there. She can't hang with the big girls at all. She can't. So, but anyway, then of course, like I said, they're going around. They're showing all these people that are in the stands and stuff. Uh, God, just the typical. Hey, look who's here in the crowd. Who's looking? Here's Trish Stratus. Here's Eve Torres. He's this. Here's that. That kind of thing going on. That happened throughout the entire night. It was just like uh, kind of crazy stuff going on. But anywho, after that,
All right.
that's when you had the AJ Styles and Dragon Lee versus Javon Evans and Leon Slater.
Mm.
That was a highlight show. Honestly, it was a straight out highlight show. Those two guys, Javon Evans and freaking Leon Slater, they look amazing. And these taller guys now and taller women like Sol Ruka and these guys are tall that are doing these high flyer moves because of their height. It makes it look so much more effective. You know what I mean? And like Javon Evans, watch Javon Evans do his little over the top rope dives and stuff. Hell, he flies. He doesn't just
Man,
jump; he
I kind of
flies.
want to. I kind of want to watch that now.
That's a good one. If you can go back and on YouTube on their channel and
Hmm.
watch that one. And don't get me wrong. I mean, AJ and Dragon Lee, they're not going to lose, obviously, because Leon Slater's not. They're not going to let Leon Slater win while he's just in TNA, really. But he's getting a lot more exposure being NXT and working with these guys. But he did a tried to do a no, he did do a 450 swanton or whatever the heck he's calling it that thing, and he nailed AJ with it. And he had almost a 3 count, but Dragon Lee drop kicks Javon Evans into him, breaks it up. They start going back and forth, and AJ Styles hits goes for the phenomenal forearm, complete botch. He goes up on the ropes, falls completely off the rope on his ass, and I'm just like, well, that's a first. I don't think I've ever seen AJ Styles fall doing it. I've seen him do a couple of double takes on it, but
Yeah.
not physically fall. He literally fell, and
Mm.
when he went down, they worked it and everything. But next thing you know, he comes flying up. He goes to do one of them handspring flying back elbows. AJ catches him. Next thing you know, Styles clash done. All she wrote. But it was a great match. It was a fun to watch match too.
You think the Sol Ruka and the Bailey match was better?
Oh no, that's just a personal favorite. I'm not saying
Oh.
better as far as work rate. I think
Hmm.
the best match if it had gone would have been Obafemi and Cody Rhodes. But yeah, as
Hmm.
far as work rate, AJ Styles, them guys, they put on a show. They put on a show.
Hmm.
Honestly, that Javon Evans and Leon Slater, both of them guys, they're like Obafemi. The sky's the limit for them guys.
Hmm.
Honestly, they can get better on a mic. That's about all I can say. They get better on a mic, they'll probably
Yeah.
go. Obafemi just uses his accent, and I mean, he makes him sound worse than what he really is. You know what I mean? And it just
Hmm.
makes him sound cooler. But because he's actual Nigerian, he is really Nigerian. So,
Yeah.
um,
Well, they have a strong tradition of wrestling over there.
yes, they do. He's been a
Yeah.
fan of wrestling since he was 6 years old. He said
Yeah.
so. But yeah,
Do
I
you
mean,
feel you got your money's worth there, Randy?
well, it was on Peacock. It wasn't a pay per view anyway,
Yeah.
so it was on Peacock. I already had Peacock through my system, so I get that. Now, quite frankly, I use Spectrum anyway, so I get both the ESPN and the Peacock Plus through it to start with. So I'm good with that. But yeah, as far as War Games Survivor Series, this was a better show than Survivor Series was by a long shot.
A lot of people had dunked on Survivor Series. A lot of people were hating on it.
Well, because you got two different matches that, and just talk about survivors. You got two different matches of War Games that are going to run anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes minimum apiece. Okay. There's 2.5, 3 hours gone right there. And you just got something to throw in between somewhere here and then. That's it. And in this case, they threw, what was it, the world title match? I think it was a world title match in there. I'm not for sure anymore. No, he was part of the War Games, I thought.
Mm.
Neither here nor there. Yeah, it was not. Yeah, it wasn't the best timing. I don't think War Games belongs in Survivor Series. I think War Games needs to be its own pay-per-view, and you need to do one match. If you're going to do two, women and men, then there's nothing else on the card but those two matches, because they're going to take up the whole card. And quite frankly,
Blue
this one
Rider
only had.
says John Cena tapping out last match. Triple H is getting major heat for his booking decisions.
But it wasn't his decision. I guarantee you, it wasn't really his decision, even though he went along with it. I guarantee you, John Cena did that on his own, or not on his own, but he was okay with it from the get go, because there was no doubt in my mind that he was going to go, that Gunther was going to go over, whether or not Cena passed out or tapped out or got pinned, one of the two. It was going to be Gunther winning. The tap out, like I said, I think I told you this, said this at first, or we talked about it beforehand. When it came to the tap out, Cena had been put into the sleeper over and over and over and over for like 5 or 6 minutes, backwards and forth, back and forth, kept putting him in the sleeper. And then he elbows him 4 or 5 times in the neck, puts him in and wraps him up again, has him down. And you can see John Cena look at the camera, this camera that's on the side of the ring. He's looking right up at it, and you can see him smile, and he reaches up and does this.
Yeah.
So, now, little Mikey, that's
like WWE fans are no Taylor Swift
yeah.
fans, but same thing. Is he worried about fans being so pissed about it that they're going to boycott the show and shit for a
No,
while?
no, they won't. You know why? It's just like the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones ain't got nothing to worry about because the dumbasses keep putting money in his pocket. It doesn't matter. You can boycott all you want. Just means somebody else going to step right in and get your seat. That's all there is to it. And don't get me wrong, I understand why the fans are mad. I mean, these kids that grew up with Cena don't want to see their hero look like a chump at the end.
Yeah.
I was so surprised when they made the decision to have him beat Gunther, or Gunther beat Goldberg, because I figured they were going to keep sucking up to Goldberg until the day he died.
No, I mean, like every time there's a last match of a person's career, I'm always going to expect that person to lose.
Exactly, 100%.
So,
I mean, freaking Shawn Michaels did it for the Undertaker when the Undertaker beat him. That wasn't even about a rub. That was just that was just a hell of a match. But the when Ric Flair left, he made sure he gave it to Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels did it to the Undertaker, which, quite frankly, I don't think they should have. No, Bigfoot face. Goldberg did not die. I was saying that the WWE would have ridden him until he died if I thought they thought they could make money off of it. But instead, they did the right thing and had Gunther beat him when he retired, so he could just go off in the sunset and be left alone.
And he needed to retire. Like he wasn't putting on a good match.
Oh,
the
no.
only good match he put on was like a 1 minute squash match against Dolph Ziggler, where he just speared him like 3 times, and that was it. And the people were applauding him because the match before was with Undertaker in Saudi Arabia, and that was a botch
stunk. Oh, and Undertaker still gripes about that to this day. He says, I wasn't ready for it. Goldberg wasn't ready for it. He said that we just stunk the joint up. Goldberg never said he stunk the joint up. Undertaker immediately said it straight out. We stunk the joint up. I don't even want to be a part of that one. But hey, it's the right thing to do. First of all, business wise, it's the right thing to do. He needs to give the rub to somebody younger, some up and comer. And while Gunther is already established, quote unquote, this gives him a rub retiring those two that no amount of booking could touch. You know what I mean? And I just like the guy. I think he's that old school villain, that old school bad guy, like Ric Flair and Harley Race used to be. You know what I mean? You say, oh well, they're going to get their come up, yeah, until they get in the ring and beat the ever loving crap out of you. You know that, especially in Harley Race's day, anyway. So, but hey, now that they've done it, you know, it's over and done with. They did a good, obviously, at the end of it. All of the entire locker room cleared out, and they all did the goodbye thing or whatever. He left the shoes, the all the little armbands and stuff in the ring, and the hat. He left it all
Yeah.
in the ring, and then walked out. And it's, he needs to not wear "You Can't See Me" socks. Okay, that just doesn't need to be on there. It just looked wrong. All right.
Mm.
But he did that, and it was all good. Now, in between the styles, now this was another fun part of it, though. In between the Styles, Dragon Lee, and Evans and Slater match, and the main event, freaking the Miz comes out and takes over the ring. Miz comes out bitching about how he got left off of it, and he is an integral to John Cena, and blah 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 blah. You know the whole Miz stick, right? Well, R-Truth comes out. R-Truth come out and does typical R-Truth stuff. Tell him how he messed up. He saw him
Being his R-Truth self.
exactly. Told him how he messed up. I saw what you did during the draw, blah blah blah, for the SmackDown draw for the tournament or whatever.
Mhm.
And he said you messing with who's the dude on SmackDown? God Almighty, dang it! I can't remember the dude's name. All of a sudden, the general manager on Raw, or not Raw on SmackDown.
Mhm.
Mine just went completely blank. Dude, what the hell's his name? God.
I don't know who you're.
Uh, uh,
Wait,
Nick
who are
Aldis.
you talking?
Sorry,
Oh.
Nick Aldis. That's who I was trying to remember. I was trying to remember the name.
Mm.
Yeah, Nick Aldis. Anyway, so he said, I saw you. You was messing with Nick Aldis's balls because they had the little
Mm.
balls and the thing and the little tumbler to pick people. He said, Nick Aldis turned his back, and you start messing with Nick Aldis's balls. And of course, the entire crowd is dying laughing at this point. And of course, Miz is like, "Shut up, just shut up." And he said, "I know you did it because I got the one that was supposed to come out right here." Opens it up, and you can see as Miz opens it up from behind, it says Joe Hendry in it, right? And he mouths the words. Does that? He said, and all you hear behind him is R-Truth says, "You got to say his name. You got to say his name." They said it, and sure enough, Joe Hendry, boom, there he is. Comes out. He ends up beating down Miz, and R-Truth hits Miz with something. I can't remember, one of his little spinny kick things. And then, oh no, he had an FU on him. He had an FU on him, and then uh Hendry hit the daggum that choke slam of his applause thing or whatever the heck they call it. His choke slam. They hit that, and everybody went home happy. Joe Hendry's going to be another one. That's going to be he's going to be a crowd pleaser. He may be kind of limited in the ring per se, but he's going to be a crowd pleaser because he's got a stick that everybody loves. And that was about it for that. It was fun. It was fun. It kept me glued. I mean, I was watching the majority of it while listening to your show last night. So
Yeah. People are arguing about John Cena's acting skills.
yeah,
Actually, I like John Cena as an actor. Actually,
to a certain extent, yeah, he was great in Barbie. He was great
he
in
was in
Barbie movie.
Barbie. I didn't even know he
Yeah,
was in
he was one of
Barbie.
the He was one of the Kens in Barbie movie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He was in that. I I've never liked the Peacemaker show. I thought the first two episodes I watched were the corniest bullshit I've ever seen in my life.
Season one
So
or two.
season one, I haven't watched anything season two yet.
I didn't watch season. Like I only saw a few episodes of season two. I liked season one actually.
Did you? I hated the
Yeah,
first two episodes because I just wanted to punch him myself. I'm like, dude, you're a dick.
he's
You don't
supposed to
even,
be a dick.
I know he's supposed to be a dick, but he made me want to punch him. So,
Yeah, he's
but
like a douchebag. But
his acting skills have gotten better as they've gone along. Because what was that movie he was in with Aquafina where he played the bodyguard to get her through after
Yeah,
she won the
like a
lottery?
straight to Amazon movie. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't remember. Yeah,
she had won the lottery and he was supposed to keep her alive. That was
yeah.
freaking great. They played off each other so well. It
Oh,
wouldn't.
that movie was good.
It was good. I enjoyed it.
Oh,
I really enjoyed it. Of course,
Bigfoot Fate
hey,
says Ricky Stanicki was funny. I see. That's
there you
another
go.
one I haven't seen
I
yet.
haven't seen that one yet, but I'll go out and check it out now. But as far as Cena and Rock's all action guy. I mean, it's straight out. He's all action guy now. Now Shatter Machine or whatever it was he just did with
Washing
where he
Machine. Yeah,
Smash
uh,
Machine.
that's one I want to watch
Yeah,
because I was
I've heard
very
he's done.
familiar with the original documentary.
Yeah, so I want to say that he's going to be. I mean, you can't tell it's him, obviously. That makeup is
Yeah,
unreal on him.
but I heard his performance was great.
That's what I heard too. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. I'll take a look at it, and he I like a lot of Rock's show. I like a lot of his earlier stuff though. Actually,
What'd you think about the show, the TV show he was doing, Young Rock?
oh, I watched every bit of it. I laughed my ass
You
off at
liked
parts
it?
of it. Well,
You
considering
liked it?
have you know who Ronnie Chang is, right? One of the guys from the Daily Show.
Yeah.
He's a comedian.
Yeah.
He plays the dude that was trying to move into the Rock's grandmother's territory out in Hawaii. He was
Hmm.
he's playing the Chinese guy that was trying to come in. He was absolutely hilarious. I mean, the guys playing the different parts in that were gold. I mean, they picked them so good that I laughed my ass off at the majority of the show. I really did.
That was a good show.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I
Yeah.
mean,
I
it
like The
ain't
Rock
gonna
in
win no Emmy.
Moana. He was great in Moana.
In the first one,
Yeah, I didn't watch any of the other ones. I heard the second one was crap.
I didn't mind the second one. Second one too bad,
Well,
but
because they said that it was the second one was meant to be a straight to Disney Plus, like a TV show.
yeah,
So it wasn't really developed or written the way it should have been
it
for
probably
like a
could have used
second major
some more
release.
polish. Yeah, it could have
It
used some
was
more polish.
yeah. So it was kinda doomed to suck, only because of the circumstances behind, like, how they were choosing to release it.
Yeah,
If Disney had gone to just make a second Moana movie, like, major
yeah,
release, I think it would have been a different movie.
yeah. I've seen a little bit. I think there's an actual teaser trailer out there of the live action one too that's coming out next year.
Have you seen the trailer for the upcoming Street Fighter movie?
No, I have not. I
Let's
That's
watch
one
it
of the ones.
together right now because we're
Let's do
allowed
it.
to watch trailers.
Yes,
Let's
we
have
are.
you react to it.
Well, we got to look at. Well, have you seen the Supergirl one yet?
Yes, I have.
I'm all in for that one. I think that's gonna be cooler than crap.
Okay. So, guys, we're going to react to the Street Fighter trailer, and there's going to be a special reason why, which we'll talk about after the trailer, but this is going to be a live reaction.
Yep.
Randy has never seen this.
Nope, have not.
Okay. It's pretty short. Okay, you
Yeah,
ready?
it's a teaser, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
50 Cent playing Balrog.
Yeah.
What do you think of Cody as Guile? Roman Reigns.
Shut your mouth. I'ma shut it for you. Fight.
You win. That's actually cool. I like the way that's looking. Now that was Cody.
That was Cody playing Guile.
I'll be damned.
And they got Roman Reigns playing Akuma.
Okay, I
He's
thought I
playing
recognized that
Akuma.
face. Yeah.
And they got what's his name? Fucking Jason Momoa as Blanca.
Really?
And yeah, apparently Jason Momoa and Roman Reigns, they've struck up a friendship.
Well, yeah. I mean, they're probably working on their hakas together.
Yeah.
Now, I tell you right now, freaking Momoa's also playing Lobo in that Supergirl movie.
Yeah,
I'm
he's in
like,
everything.
that dude. Well, now you got Aquaman all of a sudden becoming a interstellar villain or bounty hunter. You know.
Clear, go here.
Yo,
I'm gonna check it back here.
the two big Joes just met.
Big John, baby. Yes, sir.
All right. Akuma, no. Just pull it up, bro. Just pull it up. Let me see it. Here we go. There's Blanca. What do you think?
Fucking fierce, dude.
Fierce, bro. Let's get this guy launch right now. Cody. I know it wasn't on set with
There
you,
it is.
but look at that. There's Blanca.
Oh!
There's Cody.
Look at him. Look at him.
good.
Ferocity, real feral.
I'm glad they went out and got those guys to do it. You know what I mean?
Kyle.
Yeah.
I'm glad they got those guys to do it. I really am. Street Fighters was a cool one. The first one was kind of, Jean-Claude Van Damme stuff because Raul Julia playing Bison.
That movie was ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm like,
That movie was ridiculous.
I love.
But it was ridiculous, but it was funny at how ridiculous
Oh
it
yeah,
was.
it was so
actually
bad. It
entertaining.
was good. You know.
Yeah, it was like one of those things where it was so bad it was good. Yeah.
Well, because I'm sitting there looking at it, and Bison, Colonel Bison or whatever his name was, that was Raul Julia.
Yeah.
And or was that Double? No, it wasn't Double Dragon. That was Street Fighter.
Yeah, it was
I'm
Street
trying to
Fighter.
make sure I got the
That's
right
the
one.
movie. Yeah.
But the Raul Julia is not a the action guy. You know what I mean? So seeing him as Bison just didn't make sense to me at all. Now I knew what they were doing with freaking Van Damme, obviously, but yeah, you're right, Nemo. Raul Julia actually carried the movie, but he's not a fighter thing. That's one.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
He was dying
Raul
of
Julia
stomach
could,
cancer during the filming of it.
yeah, but he could carry any movie, honestly, if you think about it. I mean, look, wasn't he in Milagro Beanfield Wars? If I'm not mistaken, beautiful fucking movie.
I actually competed in a few Street Fighter tournaments.
Did you?
Yeah. Well, I was mostly a Tekken player, like traveling the country competing in Tekken when I was in college. But I did throw my hat in there with Street Fighter. I did play
Yeah.
Street Fighter. I'm not playing 6 right now, but Street Fighter 5 when it came out a few years back,
Yeah.
I was really big into that. Yeah, I'm a big Street Fighter fan. I still play it to this day. Play it
See, I was a
online.
Mortal Kombat guy. I always loved Mortal Kombat big time. That was when it first came out for the original Sega Genesis.
Yeah,
and
I was big into Mortal Kombat when it first came out too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that movie that they just did, the HBO bunch just did, or whoever did it, that last one that was just done was a perfect.
That was a good movie.
That was a
Actually,
great setup.
the first Mortal Kombat movie back in the 90s, that was also
Yeah.
a good movie. That
It
one
wasn't
holds
bad
up.
because they had Christopher Lambert. I mean, come on, Christopher Lambert is Raiden. That was cool.
Shit held up.
And the guy that played what the hell was his name in the game? The head honcho bad guy.
Shang
The
Tsung.
dude- yeah, the one that played him, he just passed
Yeah.
away
Yeah, Shang Tsung.
a couple
Yeah.
weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I never realized it, and I sat there and looked at it like, man, wait a second. He was also in this. He was also in this. He was also in this. I'm like, damn, he was in a lot of movies.
Yeah, he was in a lot of shit. He
But,
was also in that Amazon show, Man to High Castle. He was like the main guy there.
Yeah. Yep, he sure was.
I was watching seasons of that. It was an okay show.
But yeah, I mean, I'm still sitting here with my tail between my legs, though, after Army got beat by Navy yesterday, too. I'm surprised nobody bitched at me about that yet. God. Almost cried.
So I don't get that. So Army and Navy play each other. They have a football team.
Yep.
But the league is just military.
Yeah, they're all actually. I think both of them are part of the American Athletic Conference now.
Yeah.
But
who else do they play against other than Army and Navy? Is there a Marines football team?
No, Marines are part of the Navy.
Is there an Air Force football team?
There's 3 academies. You got West Point, which is the military academy, which is Army, and you got the Naval Academy at Annapolis, and then you got the Air Force Academy out at Colorado Springs in Colorado.
So they just play each other. There's only three teams on that.
Well, they do play each other throughout the year because that's how they decide the Commander in Chief trophy. So
There's only 3 teams that are competing.
yeah, but that's all it needs to be in the Commander in Chief trophy. But they do play other people throughout the year. Like they played SMU this year.
Oh, they play college teams?
Yeah, they play college teams too. They're not
Oh,
just
okay.
they're a college. They're still a college. They're a Division One college. So the problem is
So
why they can't compete with regular colleges is because you've got certain recruiting standards that have to be met. High weight standards that the Army has that necessarily the Navy doesn't follow through with, doesn't have in their situation. So you got
they
guys
would
that
never be in, like, the NCAA, like, the
they're in the
finish.
NCAA. Don't get me wrong. They're in the
They would never,
NCAA.
they would never win because they're
No, they'll never be able
the
to
other
compete.
teams have too much money going for them.
Yep, that's a
And
big one.
they
And
probably recruit big time, and
now over the last about 4 or 5 years, Army's had a good team every year and come close to being undefeated a couple of times. They almost beat Oklahoma in Oklahoma 2 years ago or 3 years ago, and lost it by in overtime. That's how because they had built up a good game plan and good defenses and stuff like that. But
yeah, I always
yeah,
wondered that because whenever I hear about armies playing against Navy, I'm like, who else is in the league? Marines, Air
they're part of
Force?
all of normal, but that's just
Yeah.
always the last game of the year before the bowls.
I didn't
That's
realize they were technically part of the NCAA.
Oh yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Hell, Army's actually won national championships back in the 30s. But that was back in the 30s. I mean, that's the last time they were really relevant. After they were always playing them and Notre Dame. Those two in Notre Dame were like the head honchos for a long time.
I see.
So
Interesting.
and Nemo, you're right. They're every one of those are expected to be officers. They're going to graduate there and be commissioned into whatever service they're in. Marines are in the Naval Academy, and Army generates the West Point lieutenants, obviously. So, I mean, I got to root for Army, obviously, every time. Doesn't matter. I'm always going to root for Army, and it's one of those games that doesn't matter what the record is. When you go in, throw the record out the door because they're going to play each other a hell of a lot harder than they played anybody else.
Hey, so Marines are technically part of the Navy? I thought they were
Yeah.
like their own branch.
Nope. They're their own branch per se, but they're part of the Department of the Navy.
I
They
didn't
go to the
realize
Naval
that.
Academy unless they have their own recruiting, obviously, and everything else. But when they go through an academy, they go through the Naval Academy. So, who's texting? Oh, somebody else. Never mind.
Someone texting.
Not us. I'm trying to keep an eye on my kids. They're driving back from San Antonio tonight, and the car that they're driving is starting to act up, wanting to overheat while they're riding. So I'm like, kind of
Oh,
trying to
shit.
keep an eye on. Which is one I just worked on. And now all of a sudden it's doing that. Didn't do anything going down. Just started doing it coming back.
And San Antonio's a ways away from you.
About 4.5 hours thereabouts.
How long are they?
Oh, they were well over half when I talked to them last. So, but she's having to drive at 60 miles an hour because she drives over 60 miles an hour. It starts to overheat on her. I'm like, it's got to be something to do with either water pump loose something. Something's going on. But I got to figure it out. And that's going to be fun because it's gotten colder than crap. Yay! But anywho, so I'm really interested now, though, in trying to figure out what's going to happen next as far as the booking with the WWE.
They better come up with something good, man. Now that the last thing that got everyone talking about was John Cena's heel turn, which they botched.
Yeah.
Right?
Because the crowd just didn't buy it. Crowd didn't
Yeah.
buy it. They wouldn't accept it.
Well, it could have been booked better. You could have had more, like,
He
him
tried to
running
heal it
in.
up, though. That's the
Yeah.
thing. He tried to heal it up. They just weren't buying it. I mean, he did some dastardly shit when he was champ. He really did. He tried to heal it up. He tried to blow off kids. He tried to do everything he could to make these people hate him, and it just didn't work.
You know what he needed to do? He needed to do an attitude adjustment on Becky Lynch in front of Seth Rollins.
Oh, that'd have been funny though. People would have laughed.
And have their baby crying in the front row.
Nemo, it's a 2018 Dodge Journey with a 2.4 liter engine in it, and I just replaced the plug.
2018 is not that old, but
No.
it makes sense that that the vehicle is having problems because it is a shitty American vehicle.
You go away now. You go away now. And it's like I said,
All you American car drivers.
yeah. Yeah, that's it. But anyway, no, I did the plugs and the coil packs before
Mhm.
last week sometime, and it was running fine. It's still got a lean fuel mixture, it's tripping the check engine light, which now I'm like, crap, I didn't want to have to change the fuel rail. I did it. I've done everything
That's
else on
what
the map sensor.
that's what Cena needed to do. He needed to grow a mustache.
Yeah. No, no, no. He needed to draw it on. That would have been even worse. He needed to do a
The
snidely
Sharpie
whiplash.
the Sharpie.
Yep. He needed to do the snidely whiplash where he could sit there and giggle in his cheek, hee type thing,
Mm,
have a dog that sounded like Muttley or something,
yeah.
anything. But they just didn't buy it. They didn't buy it at all, and I can kind of get it
They
because
should have done a segment where he does, like, the Make-A-Wish thing, right? They follow him into the hospital,
yeah,
and he goes into the hospital room with a sick kid, like, lying on the bed. Be like, "Hey, I'm John Cena." Kid's all excited, and then John Cena elbow drops the kid in his face. That would
it'd
have been
been
good as well.
funny. I mean, it'd been funny to watch, but that'd have been like Mr. Perfect, doing his perfect stuff that one time, or the $1 Million Man trying to get that kid to bounce the ball. That's I don't know. I mean, um, yeah, I checked them fades. I checked them all. I checked all the lights and everything. It's a lean mixture, and like I said, I've checked everything. That now I've got to replace. The only way to fix it is either replace the injectors, the fuel rail, or the fuel pump. And I really hate doing fuel pumps because you got to drop the tank to do it. So it kind of sucks. But anyway, I I don't know because we got what's the next one coming up for pay per views or PLEs.
Well, let's see, Mania season's in April, so they're gonna be
Yep.
leading up to that. So they're gonna have Royal Rumble leading up to that and Elimination Chamber.
Yep.
Um,
Trying to
having
see.
injector issue. So Royal Rumble shouldn't be too far away, right?
Yeah, it looks like that might be the next big one for
And Money
sure.
in the Bank?
I'm looking right now to see. I just want to see what they're when they're happening, but of course WWE doesn't give me any calendars on it. Not the telling you, this is driving me nuts. Sometimes this thing does not give me what I want. PLE's 2025. Okay, we did that. We did that. Royal Rumble. Crown Jewel was in October, and we just had this. We may not have one till the Royal Rumble now. Honestly, it's kind of late. They probably got a tribute for the troops gonna go. That's gonna happen. And let's see. Yeah, because Royal Rumble's over in Riyadh on January 31st.
They're gonna have a few, they're probably gonna do a
Yeah,
Saudi show.
there's a rumored PLE in Italy in May. I don't know what that's going to happen yet, but I'm just trying to figure out what the hell. Elimination Chambers in February, Rumbles in January, then WrestleMania, then an Italy PLE, then SummerSlam's in Minneapolis, and then Money in the Bank is in New Orleans. But that's the schedule right now that I can find, but it doesn't even give me a Survivor Series for next year at all yet. So anyway, so yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. I mean, but I know that we're gonna have a couple of spots because I know CM Punk's supposed to defend the world title against Braun Breaker. The way I understood it, I don't know when that's happening. Um, Cody Rhodes is going to be defending against Drew McIntyre at one point. I just got to look to see what's coming up. That's all there is to it. The only one I know is Royal Rumble, and I don't think they're going to put those two matches on it with the Royal Rumble.
Oh, Selena's father just passed away.
Yeah, I saw that. Saw that the other day. When does CM Punk fight Braun Breaker. Let's see. They're already set to fight. I just don't know when. Okay, it's going to be the first Raw of January. That's what it is. Okay, that's what I want to make sure of. So I don't know when they're going to actually put Cody Rhodes taking on Drew McIntyre though. They got to be doing it on a show, on a regular SmackDown. From what I understand, got to be because they got nothing for January either. I think there's a Saturday Night's Main Event in January sometime, but
Well, they got to
that's gonna
focus
be
on
like.
TV then, build up a program.
Yeah, because quite
book it
frankly,
well. Book it well.
I don't know where they're going to go now. I mean, Gunther's got to be thrown in there now. He's got to be thrown in there somewhere.
He should be in the main event picture.
Oh, every bit of it. Either one of
Yeah.
them against Cody or against Punk.
Yeah.
Because, Punk beat him, quote unquote. I'll tell you right now, they handed that to Punk. I saw that match with him and Punk. He should have beat Punk like a redheaded stepchild. And they wanted Punk to have that so they could deal with Seth Rollins.
But now that Seth is hurt, they got to change up all those plans.
Yep. And that kind of sucked because even though I'm not the biggest Seth Rollins fan, at least he was what was holding it all together and kind of giving a continuity to something. Like we all knew when he hurt himself at SummerSlam or whatever Saturday Night's Main Event, when he hurt his quote unquote hurt his knee, everybody and their dog knew it was fake. Everybody knew it was fake, but they were like, "Oh no, he's going to see Dr. Andrews and in Alabama. He's going here. He's going to go do that." every other person done it posted pictures in the hospital. He did not. Tells you right there, it was going to be fake the whole way. Oh, let's see. Wait a second. What's that, Nemo? Let's see. What we got here? I want a Toyota Hilux Champ. Tired of using these baby semis on the road. Uh-oh. I don't know what that is, so. Yeah, I don't know if it's an injector issue though with that one, or if it's the fact that because lean fuel mixture can actually cause overheating as well. But don't bring up the T word. We don't talk about the T word on here at all. None of them. None of them.
You don't like those things?
Oh hell no! You know what? The state of Texas. You know what? You try to register an electric car in Texas. They charge you an extra $400 a year for registration because they're not getting the same amount of taxes from you as if you were filling up with gas every day or every week. So they're recouping more for electric cars. So yeah, I mean, this one's gonna be fun. I mean, it's gonna be something stupid. I'm gonna get through. It's gonna always the thing. You replace everything on it like it's a Christmas tree. It's that last light you look at that finally hits it, and that's gonna be it. It's gonna be something stupid. Had to get a delete to turn off going from B4 to B8. Yeah, Fades. That's one of those hybrid. I shouldn't say hybrid things, but it's like a cruising, a computer controlled cruising thing that I guess when you're up at speed, it turns off like 3 or 4 of the cylinders, so you don't use any fuel in them. It just maintains using 4 cylinders. And I'm like, yeah, no. You know what? I'm gonna stick with my 1990 Chevy pickup that I've been working on, so I get it back up where it's going, and I'm gonna stick with that. That has no computer.
Pickup, huh?
It has no computers. It's not like these pickups coming out nowadays. You got to be 6.5 foot tall to even look inside the bed. You can actually work with it. You can actually haul shit with it. You don't have to sit there and anybody that drives these trucks nowadays knows that the light ass end on these things are just ready to wreck. I've had a 2010 Chevy before, and one time on the road, rain, I just wanted to change lanes from the left lane to the center lane. And it's literally hydroplaned, the rear end hydroplaned all the way over to the right shoulder. Could not stop it.
dangerous.
I had to get off the damn gas.
Damn. That's not safe at
Yes,
all.
yes, they did, Poncho. Seahawks barely won. Yeah.
Yeah.
AFM active fuel management, Bigfoot phase. That's right. Like I said, I don't want to deal with that crap. I just don't.
The
I
vehicle's
don't want a
stuck
computer running my stuff.
with all that electronical shit.
Agreed, 100%.
Yeah.
I do not like it at all. But anytime you go buy anything new, now I'm just gonna have to keep that 90 running forever. It's got the old 350 with the throttle body injection in it. It still runs like a champ. I just got to get some new tires on it and stuff. And there was a point where it was having a problem with its ignition. I let my daughter borrow it. I got it back, and it kept dying every time you stopped at a stop sign. So the kick down on it was like kicking out. So I replaced the distributor, the distributor cap, the plugs, the wires, the EGR valve. I mean, I did everything to this thing, and it was like, "God, why is it doing this now?" And it just setting the timing on those is a nightmare. So I'm with you on that, Poncho. I don't want no computers involved in it. Mechanical injection or carburation is the way to go.
She's a mechanic. Bigfoot Fadez is a mechanic too.
Get after it. That's all I can say. Get after it. Most people, I just tell people, kids, I see, I've got a meme actually out there. One guy was this kid sitting there talking about, my generation is going to change the world, and this old Arlie Ermy, the drill sergeant, from Full Metal Jacket, standing over, he's got to point out, your generation can't start a lawnmower. Shut up.
Hmm, hmm, hmm. I have a 2018 Civic, and worry every day the CVT is going to die.
Yep. It's scary. It is scary. Really, 100% scary. Because it's just, and you honestly, with these older ones, you can completely overhaul an engine on your own if you have any kind of mechanical aptitude at all. You go out on YouTube and you'll find a video of how to fix everything on a vehicle. Period. It's out there. All you gotta do is go look.
Yeah.
So I mean, I've always been a Chevy guy, but the best truck I've ever owned was a 2005 Dodge with a 5.7 Hemi in it. That beast would not quit. It really wouldn't.
2007, you said?
What's that?
You said it was a 2007?
2005. In fact, I bought it up there in DC when I was stationed up there.
Mm.
And I drove it back down here, and I'm like, it was great. Ooh, Z71s are always nice too. Z71s are always nice. But yeah, the 80s Chevys is my old man had a red 1970 red and white cab step side that had a 350 in it, 3 on the tree. For people who don't know what that is, that's 3-speed on the column, manual shift. And I was waiting. I was literally waiting to get that truck. It's like my 2 older brothers had it, and my oldest brother had it when he went to the Marines. My other brother got it, and I was like, I'm waiting. This sucker's going to come to me, and I'm going to have this truck sooner or later. What does he do? He totals that son of a bitch. And I'm like,
Oh, man.
I was not happy. I was not a happy camper. But I said, all right, well, finally, after years, I come home and I find a 1994, 93 Chevy step side, but it's got a 6-cylinder in it, but it's still a 5-speed on the floor. So I'm like, all right, I kind of like this. But whoever had it before me, they jerry rigged the exhaust to the point that they tried to make it sound like it was a V8, is what it was. But I fixed all that and got it all running right, and then sold it for double what I bought it for. And now I kind of regret it, but hey, I got the 90.
Anyway, Randy, let's call it a wrap. I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, you getting hungry and I'm getting tired because I got to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah, well, me too. So
You walk 5 minutes away and go to work though.
Yeah.
I got to drive
is
2
true.
hours to get to work.
Damn, 2 hours each way.
Well, it's
Dang.
not depending on how it looks tomorrow. I mean, because we're getting closer to the time frame that people are going to start taking vacations, so I think the roads will be a little bit better. So, and
All
then
right.
tomorrow night I'll watch Raw and figure out what's next. WWE, how are you going to come up with something new, something different? I want to see it. Oh, and if you get a chance, go back and watch the pre-show a little bit. They had Jesse Ventura on there last night. Jesse Ventura needs to go away and not ever come back. Okay, that's all there is to it. He just needs to go away. That dude looked like he came straight out of '68 or so. He
Yeah,
literally
he'd
looked
be,
like
he'd
a
be
kid.
looking like Crypt Keeper lately.
And hippie.
Yeah.
He grew a beard and everything.
Hmm.
I didn't even recognize him at first. That's how bad it was.
All right.
Anyway, guys.
Well,
Yeah, it's that time. Appreciate it. Donnie, you gonna be available Friday night?
I don't know. Actually, I might not be.
Okay, just give me a holler. Let me know because
Yeah.
we'll do the normal picks and stuff like that. I mean, we're gonna probably start keeping those shows a little bit light. We'll discuss a little bit on the football side, but it'll be mainly picks and stuff. So,
Okay.
all righty.
All
Till then,
right.
guys. Oh, do you dress up for your home officer, Donnie?
My home office.
Yeah, that's what he said. That's Nemo
Oh. Was he asking if I dress up for work? I mean, business
for your home
casual.
office. It's business casual at my house. Okay. All right, guys. Y'all have fun. We'll see y'all next week. Take it easy.
All right. Peace out.
Take me out to see that game with all the balls, or to the wrestling ring best out of three falls. Donnie and Randy talking wrestling and sports. We're talking the ball pit. It's the best, of course, 'cause it's the ball pit, the ball pit. Donnie and Randy, they freaking called it, 'cause it's the ball pit, the ball pit. There's no better podcast, they're all shit. Rob watches the Lions every Sunday night. Who even know which team Paul supposedly likes? Tex likes the Cowboys, it's his only shortfall. Jason McLean, just a fan of sports ball. 'Cause it's the ball pit, the ball pit. Donnie and Randy, they freaking called it. 'Cause it's the ball pit, the ball pit. There's no better podcast, they're all shit. With Randy Gilbert as our YouTube sports guy. Donnie Cho knows shit about sports, but he'll try. Donnie only knows wrestling and MMA. Together these two for the US of A.